Welcome to the worst level in the entire game.
Can't be that bad.
It is so bad. Also, we don't get to choose our costume here. Kind of lame.
Enoch, Enoch, Enoch. How could you dive into the darkness just to save a little girl?
The darkness.
Okay, you're a nice guy, but still.
Like Kingdom Hearts
What am I
darkness,
gonna
or
do with
like
you?
Eaton Hearts darkness, or what the hell?
Sure,
Well-
let's just go with Kingdom Hearts Darkness.
I think I know someone who'd be thrilled to get a shot at saving you.
What?
Enoch battles Armoros, who had fallen in love with humans upon hearing Enoch describe the human world long ago.
To be fair, he has one of the prettiest worlds.
Suddenly,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
a being from the darkness
I like
appears
it.
and kidnaps Nana. Enoch stops fighting with Armoros and runs after the girl. Armoros, overwhelmed by Enoch's selflessness, is overcome with grief.
Oh, good to see the fallen angels aren't all douchebags. Like, I mean, some of them have pretty good intentions. One of them just wanted to sleep with a bunch of women, and you know what? I can't really blame him for that.
You gotta admit, the boy's got courage. What? Are you crying? Come on. Quit pretending to be human. You have no idea what it's like to be sad. If I go there, I'll be nothing more than a spectator. But if you were to go, you could show him your choice. Come on. He
Is
needs you.
Satan talking a fallen angel into helping Enoch?
Yes,
And he does.
that is also correct. Q wins.
Given what's happened, we shall lend you our aid.
Seriously, he doesn't seem like that bad of a
You don't
guy.
have to do this.
Also,
How
prepare
about
for a
putting
really
on
cool
the best
graphical
show of your
effect.
life?
He leaves.
Looking forward to it.
It just happened.
That's cool.
It'll be an experience to remember, Amoros. You're one step closer to being truly human.
Take a shot.
So anyway, this fucking place.
Wait, you're playing as Armoros?
You get to play as Armoros, which is really cool.
Belial.
Yeah, so Belial is kind of the villain here, but not really, I guess. I don't know.
Go down.
It's never explained. This is just the darkness. And the darkness is ironically really colorful. In fact, it's way too colorful.
Yeah, this looks like you're playing on water paint.
So you'll notice, when I move, the texture moves with me. That's because everything here has like a little bit of color. Like everything is the same color though. So like all these platforms are actually that red color that I'm currently standing on. Just like the whole platform flat red. And when I move over them, the texture that's overlaid on the screen gives them that weird like blue and green and definition and shit like that. Now you'll also notice that the background has said definition. This is going to be a problem very soon. Right now it's actually kind of tolerable, because these are like fairly soft colors, and Armoros... Oh, yeah,
Oh,
here we
what
go.
the... Good God.
So, you may have noticed that when the colors got really bright, it fucking hurts the shit out of your eyes, and it makes everything really hard to play. But once again, that was just a second. And now it's gone. Also, if you look in the background, there's like a whole bunch of people on that spiral, and they go to the bottom of the spiral, and then they jump to their death. So that's kind of grim.
How, I have to ask, how the hell does Armoros...
Also, I fell to my death.
How does Armoros perform? I have to ask.
Oh yeah, I suppose I should touch on that. So he's got a 3-hit combo, as you know, he did in the boss fight. If you hold down the button, he'll do a spin attack on the spot, which ends with that like touch pulse thing. If you do an armor breaker attack. He dives under the ground and comes up and will break whatever's guard.
I don't like that.
Yeah, by the way, I highly recommend not looking at the screen. Like, look at it intermittently, because this shit will hurt a lot.
If you're playing a drinking game, you should probably just
Jump down.
back off.
Get sober for this.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite.
You're gonna puke.
So we jump down from here. Once again, please avert your eyes every now and again. This will actually genuinely hurt.
What the fuck?
So you may notice that there is a hell of a lot of movement in the background now, but it still has the same texture overlay thing, and that all the colors are really bright. This is the rest of the level. It's like this for another 20 minutes.
Wow, great.
Oh, also we can see Lucifer. I don't even know why that's important. Because, I mean, we saw Lucifer before. We didn't react to him, but, like, we were given heavenly power, so. Also, everything here is really awful. Like, there's spinning platforms over bottomless pits. There's wisps attacking you on the spinning platforms over bottomless pits. There's a new enemy type, which I didn't get to talk about. Little birds with human heads. They like to go off the screen, or underground, or through the geometry in places that you can't see them, and then they fly directly at you and hit you once, and their hit causes you to get knocked down.
This honestly looks about 1,000 times worse than the lava level in Super Mario 64.
Yeah. So, pretty much, it's like the worst, most strict platforming in the game, over bottomless pits, for 20 minutes, with this awful texture color, like, mind frag thing going on.
Who thought this was a good idea?
I don't know, and just for the separate count, I am looking away from the screen for the first time, because that is really hurting my eyes.
I can bear it, but...
By the way, those spinning things don't actually hurt you, they just nudge you along. They're, like, the only thing that's not lethal. By the way, you see that spinning thing?
Yeah.
You have to jump on that. And it rotates. And it's surrounded by mine.
See, in a melting clock sort of way, this is pretty, but in a gameplay mechanic, this is a bad idea. I mean, I can see how this would mess with someone's depth perception. Bad.
By the way, most of the game I've edited out deaths if they actually happened, or like just kept them in if they didn't send me that far back. I'm not editing out any deaths here, because that's part of the game. And if I edited them out, that would be misrepresenting this. Oh, also the Ishtar part, you have to jump up one of these ramps and there's a little bit of a platform. I'm not going for it, I think it's the third one. Yeah, I do it on the fourth one, and then I get killed because there's nothing there.
See, I'll be entirely honest. I've got perfect 20/20 spotless vision. I don't have any depth perception problems. I don't have any of that. I'm having trouble telling where some of these things actually are.
It's just because there's so much happening at the same time, and that screen overlay fucks with everything.
Well, the screen overlay isn't giving me problems so much. It's that thing in the background that's swirling. I mean, between...
Oh, also, before I forget, Armoros has the Arch's gliding ability just all the time, and he has the dodge roll that Enoch has as...
Question.
Yes.
Does he, do you get some sort of, like, Uriel blessing here?
Nope. He does not have that. To be fair, there's actually not a lot of combat, mostly because why? Like, this is all there is here. It's just this awful platforming with this awful background and this awful texture overlay, and everything is awful. Everything that this game has that isn't very good is in this level in spades.
To be fair, I think this may be the only level where I'm not going to say take a shot.
Just try and get as sober as possible for this level, because that's what it's like playing the game. It's like everything's really interesting and colorful and visually dynamic, and then this level, and then like the rest of the game happens, but you're still kind of reeling from this. Because what is even this?
This is not friendly to people with bad spatial awareness.
No, it's not. So anyway, now we find Nana. She's fine. Because she hasn't had to do any platforming in this hellish nightmare.
Hey there, Amaras. I'll take care of this one.
So, this angelic figure, I'm not sure if this is, like, Lucifer's power, or if it's the spirit of Ishtar, or if it's God, or if it's, like, Enoch's power made manifest by his son, or what the hell this thing is. It's never described, it's never given a name, it's never acknowledged, it just happens.
Well, I mean, it's obviously some sort of holy presence or something.
This entire game is filled with holy presences. You gotta be more specific than that.
Well, yeah, but this is like, yeah. When you're plucking something from this much lore, it's not really surprising that just shit happens.
Yeah, but everything else has been pretty good about dealing with that.
I don't know. Giant church drill laser thing.
That notwithstanding. Once again, I want to say that it's probably like Lucifer's power made manifest or something like that, and like that what we see is just like a shell or something to not frag our minds.
Yeah, it's more than we can handle.
If you look at the clothing on
Really
like the hooded figure, it looks like Ishtar, who we see later. So, I don't know. Who knows? So anyway, we saved the girl.
Prince Belial. Is he asleep?
Prince Belial?
Yeah. So apparently Belial is the lord of whatever the hell this
Looks like
hell
this still
is.
works.
Well, Belial sounds like a demon name.
Well,
Go up.
Probably is.
And if I know my lore, which I'd like to think I do, demons weren't created till later. So
Well, it might be yet another thing which makes sense if you have like all of it together, but doesn't make sense by itself. Oh, by the way, this spinning blade shit, I hate it. You do so much of this.
yeah,
It's so bad.
between the spinning blade and the background and the overlay, this is.
I don't know why this level exists, to be quite frank.
I'd imagine this level is gonna have like the same sort of effect on people that shit like that Cloverfield movie did, where it's gonna give you like motion sickness and fuck with your head.
I was about to say, I can feel a headache coming on, so I'm just gonna avert my eyes for a couple minutes.
Yeah, I can see that, and I'm normally really good with this shit, but this is a bit much.
Probably doesn't help that the resolution and quality that I'm recording in isn't exactly the best.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
top notch, but
I've done this in like HD 1080p. Trust me, it's not any better. But like,
I will admit, when you fell off that ledge, not that time, but the other time, when he snapped his fingers, all I could think of is, dear God, thank you for sparing us having to see more of that.
yeah, I was honestly expecting to end up at the bottom. By the way, Armoros works the same way everyone else does. He has armor, and when his armor depletes, then he dies. That's actually why in the boss fight you don't break him all the way down to like the
Yeah.
the colored onesie, is because this level happens.
Well,
Go down.
you know, I'm kind of hoping something decent happens to this guy, because the fact that he's willing to do this is, you know, good on you, dude.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. By the way, this is pretty much the only part where we get any combat, and the colors calm down a little bit.
The overlay's still bad. The
Yeah,
color at least gives you a decent enough contrast.
Touch the red sphere.
So, how many of you have played Castlevania? Because it's exactly like that.
Oh God, that's mean.
By the way, I'm not actually touching anything at this point. You just, as soon as you touch the red orb, you automatically move to the next arena. You stop, everything starts moving, and you fight some.
Okay, I was really honestly wondering if it was gonna.
Yeah, no. Way back when the first time I played this, I thought it did, so I was like going in the direction and stuff like that, but no, it
Well, that's
automatically guides you.
That's a bit of mercy, at least.
It's the only mercy in this level. Which, once again, looks interesting. Oh yeah, it just takes a while to show up after everything dies, which sucks. And it takes a while for it to become physical, so, you know, just jump for it till it works.
You don't have to move during this one, I take it?
No, you don't have to move ever during these. Once you touch the red orb, you lose control, essentially. It's like a little cutscene.
Do the pillars
So-
damage you?
Nope. You see those little wing things in the background?
Yeah.
Those fucking birds will blow you out. They're awful.
Well, they,
If you're in the air, they knock you straight down.
they die fairly quick.
They die in one hit, but they are almost impossible to hit unless they're diving at you. Which is good that he has that spin attack, 'cause that spin attack is like the only thing that hits them.
Well, that giant orb shield thing that he puts up seems fairly useful.
And now we're back to the kaleidoscopic nightmare.
Oh, God.
Like, be honest, does this hurt your eyes?
Mine? No.
Like, 30 minutes of looking at this.
No. This doesn't hurt my eyes. There are parts of it that are fucking with my head. Like, I'm not entirely sure where everything is. I can sort of gauge distance, but a lot of it's, once I see your shadow underneath. Without that, I'd be fucking lost here.
So this part has 3 areas. There's the first one, there's this one, and then there's those blade arrangements. You can either jump through the blade arrangements, jump over these really small platforms where they spawn birds. Also the platforms fall.
Proceed with caution.
And then the first one I think is more platforming, and I think it leads to maybe yeah. You see that?
Oh, that was mean.
You can't be ready for that because like they all spawn in at once, so you can't be like, oh well, I hear like summoning sound, summoning sound, summoning sound, summoning sound. It's like, oh, there's 3 of them. You just hear whoomp, and then there's like some amount, and you might see some of them, and you might see like none of them, and frequently you'll see none. And then you'll just hear like a swooping sound, and then into the bottomless pit you go.
Well, thankfully, when it seemed on, like they attack on ones that don't move.
They'll only attack you one at a time, which is nice, but it just means they stagger out their attacks. So it's like one Mississippi, and then the next one will come. 1 Mississippi, and then the next one will come.
I can see
So
you trying to bait them out.
You can't run from them because they home in on you, and there's so many of them that you'll dodge the first one, get hit by the second.
Thankfully, it has a lot of save points.
And all of the dynamic color changes, which look so good in the other parts, just
No,
doesn't
wait.
work.
Enoch should be below here.
Thankfully, this is pretty
Let's
much the
just hope
end.
he's safe.
We have reached the boss fight.
That was interesting what Lucifer just said. You? Wait, what?
So here's the boss.
So,
It's Enoch?
Yes, we fight Dark Enoch.
he has succumbed.
So Enoch gets a really kick-ass looking suit that's way better than everyone else's.
How the hell did this happen?
I don't know. Darkness. I wanted to fill your dark soul up with light. Kingdom Hearts is full of light. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Darkness.
You said that line.
So anyway, now we fight him, and it has really cool music.
Enoch from the power of the darkness.
Seriously, give it a listen.
Yeah, that's cool. So what?
And this fight is really cool because it's just a fight. There's no gimmicks. Well, there's kind of a gimmick, but there's like no weapons, there's no strategy. It's just you with your fists versus Dark Enoch with his fists, and whoever wins wins, and whoever loses gets eaten by like super evil. Or the sun, I honestly can't tell. Also, he has tons of super armor. He has way more than everyone else in the entire game. His guard is almost impenetrable. He has all the same combos he has when you play as him, but he usually staggers them out a little bit more, and he eventually starts getting new moves, and he starts interweaving.
At least your moves are pretty decent.
Yeah, but you see, like, here's what I mean. Also, he gets this really cool dark fire effect that I wish you could get. It looks really sick.
You can't get this armor, can you?
You actually can. I show it off next level.
Really?
Or not next level, but the level after that. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This one and the Rider armor are easily the best. But yeah, this fight more than any other shows how broken the super armor is in this game. If at any point you see him getting hit by me and not flinching, that's super armor. And he is, like, because of the time periods it takes between Armoros's attacks, he can actually, like, regrow his super armor after you hit him.
That's
Yeah, so my recommendation, just spam Armoros's charged attack where he spins a whole bunch. It hits him like 10, 20 times.
What the?
Yeah, he can throw those now.
When do you get that move?
So here's the weird thing. This guy does actually have like Archgale Veil alignment type stuff. You just can't counter any of it because you don't have any of that.
Now he has horns.
Yeah, when he has the horn, that's the Veil, because he has charging attacks. When he, the two horns fold together behind his head to create a single horn.
The arch.
That's the arch that just has no, that's right. Yeah, that's the arch because he has like the bladed projectiles. When his horns curve under, he doesn't usually do it till like halfway through the fight. He'll probably start doing it about now. He gets, yeah, here we go. He gets Virgil's swords from Devil May Cry 2. Where they like form around you, they follow you around, and if you're, in there, then you hit them. And then the last one forms them all over the goddamn place.
Hey.
Yep, this one's the easiest one to hit him.
He doesn't have a whole lot of super armor.
Yeah, no. The Arch one, he's dangerous because of melee, and the Veil one, he's dangerous because of that charge. Also, don't use Armorous' basic combo, because it's really slow, and he almost always gets out of it on the second hit. So yeah, that's this boss fight. It's pretty cool, and it's kind of awesome, and it's a good way to bookend the worst part of the game.
Yeah, I was not expecting this.
You weren't expecting us to take control of one of the enemies and fight ourselves.
Yes. Like, I mean, it's clever, and I'm actually sort of rooting for Armoros now, because to be honest, of the lot of them, he doesn't seem that bad.
I think he's supposed to hammer home the fact that everyone who, like, revolted from heaven, revolted for, like, reasons that humans are affected by. Like, it's supposed to be a moral type thing, like, don't do these.
Well, if this is Old Testament God, that doesn't.
Well, this is non-canon Old Testament God, so it kind of matters, and that's why it's not canon. Also, he's on fire, which means that all of his attacks get way more powerful, and they usually get a special effect. The only one that I know that gets a special effect is the Veil, which is really dickish because now when he charges, he'll home in on you.
Man.
So he doesn't charge in a single direction. Like, if you jump over him, he'll be doing like the charge pose, and he'll just turn and then like come around again. It looks really stupid.
That was cool.
Also, now when he throws blades, he throws more than one.
Yeah, it, like spins into it, does it?
Yep. This boss fight is pretty rad.
It seems rad, but it seems pretty hard, to be honest.
Yeah, the first time I recorded this, I actually almost game over because I had like 1 life left.
Wow.
Yeah. This time, I think I died like once or twice, because he's actually still really powerful at the end. But yeah, watch this.
I've counted twice so far. Wow, that's cool.
That was the same charge. He curved around twice and then hit me. This is ridiculous. So, if you've been paying attention, you will realize one thing about this boss fight, and that is that it is way too well designed and way too cool to not be used more than once.
I can easily assume it's not used more than once, because...
You would be wrong.
Really?
Really.
What the hell else would you fight him?
You fight him again. In fact, you fight him in the next level.
As Enoch or as Amoros?
As Enoch.
So Enoch fights himself in the next level?
Yes.
What the hell?
You also get to fight Armoros and Sariel. Oh, by the way, this is where we learn one very important thing about Enoch.
He doesn't have junk.
Yeah, he has no genitalia.
God damn it. Enoch's a Ken doll.
Powers of darkness are evil indeed. So anyway, then Lucifer saves Enoch, because that is the limits of his power, and Armoros is consumed by the darkness.
Well, at least you saved Enoch.
So Enoch may continue his quest with his new very large blue tattoos, and Armoros dies
That's what
forever.
matters.
So, but we fight him again.
Yes, but he's dead forever.
That's really sad, actually.
No good deed goes unpunished. Brought to you by the Opens.
That's incredibly sad. I was actually really rooting for that guy. Huh. Alright then.
So there you go. The end of the worst level in the game. And I got an A, which I didn't expect because I died a lot.
Good job.